Today, I got a 5 out of 5 cigars for you, and I don't hand that out unless it damn well earns it. The title is The Total Money Makeover, and it was written by Dave Ramsey, the man who made a fortune yelling at broke people on the radio. And let me tell you, he's not wrong. This book ain't for folks looking to get rich quick. It's for people who finally got sick of being broke, tired, and embarrassed when the card gets declined at Taco Bell. Ramsey doesn't teach you how to finesse debt. He tells you to kill it. He doesn't hand out credit hacks. He calls them what they are, lies. If you've got no savings, credit cards coming out your ears, and a car you don't even own that somehow cost more than your yearly income, then sit your broke butt down and read this thing. The reason I'm giving this a full 5 cigars, because it starts where you should start, by fixing the mess, not flipping houses, not buying crypto, not leveraging your student loans. It's a debt-smashing, budget-building, hard reality punch in the teeth. If you're looking for soft encouragement and vision boards, go elsewhere. But if you're finally ready to get real, this one lights the fire. Now look, it's not perfect. He repeats himself, and yeah, it's a little preachy. But when you're broke, you don't need clever, you need clear. And Ramsey delivers, loud, proud, and without a single apology. So here's what I think. This is a must-read, especially if you're still using a credit card to buy gas and lying to yourself that it's just for the points. 5 cigars. Light one. Let's get to work. So here's what I think. This is a must-read, especially if you're still using a credit card to buy gas and lying to yourself that it's just for the points. 5 cigars. Light one. Let's get to work. If you're ready to stop pretending and start fixing broke, here's a deeper dive into the total money makeover. You ever wake up in the middle of the night, sweating over money? Credit card balance screaming? Rent due in 3 days? The car's rattling like a popcorn maker, and the fridge sounds hollow when you open it? That moment, that holy crap moment, that's what Dave Ramsey is trying to bottle in the first chunk of The Total Money Makeover. He starts this book by shoving your face in the mirror, not gently either. He slaps you with stats, slams your comfort zone, and dares you to keep lying to yourself. He says what no bank, no buddy, and no broke cousin will tell you. You are not okay. You're not managing. You're broke. And worse, you've been sold broke as normal. The average American is buried in debt, living off credit cards, and leasing cars they can't afford while sharing money advice on TikTok. Ramsey says, screw that. He's not here for your feelings. He's here for your math. And in the opening chapters, he rips the bandage clean off. There's no budget hack or side hustle magic coming to save you, just a plain, ugly truth. You've been lied to about money, and it's cost you years. He talks about denial like it's a disease, and it is. You pretend you're fine while paying minimums on 5 cards and financing a couch. He's heard it all. I deserve this. I work hard. I'll catch up. No, you won't. Not until you stop pretending debt is a tool and start treating it like a bomb strapped to your bank account. And then he drops the hard part, the part most people tap out on. It's your fault, not your parents', not your boss, not your ex, yours. You spent it, you borrowed it, you ignored it. And that's good news, because if you broke it, you can fix it. That's the Ramsey mindset. Own it all. No victims here. For the folks brave enough to keep reading past that, this book becomes a reset button. The first few chapters are less how-to and more wake the hell up. He's breaking your financial worldview, smashing the lies you've believed since your first paycheck. The idea that car payments are just part of life, that credit cards are smart if you use them right, that you can borrow your way into wealth. He calls it all what it is. Why, stupid, and it stings. You'll find yourself arguing with him in your head. But I get points. But I needed that car. But I'm responsible. Sure, so was the last guy in line at bankruptcy court. This part of the book isn't about strategy. It's about surrender. You've got to kill the ego, admit you're in over your head, and be done with broke. For real this time. No more playing rich, no more excuses. Just you, your paycheck, and a grown-up plan to stop the bleeding. So if this part hurts a little, good. That means it's working. Here's the part where Ramsey shifts gears, from yelling at your financial mess to giving you the damn broom and telling you where to sweep. These aren't tricks or hacks. They're the basics, the unsexy, undeniable, proven path to stop being broke. And the best part? You don't need to be a genius to pull it off. You just need to do the work. It all starts with the baby steps. Sound gentle, right? Like something your grandma would knit into a pillow. Don't let the name fool you. These steps are hard, but they're clear. Step 1, save $1,000, fast. Sell crap. Work overtime. Stop eating out. I don't care how. You find $1,000. You stash it in a savings account, and you don't touch it unless your house is on fire. That's your stupid tax fund. So you stop turning every surprise into a crisis. Step 2 is the debt snowball. And this is where most experts roll their eyes. Ramsey doesn't tell you to pay off the highest interest loan first. He tells you to knock out the smallest debt, then the next, then the next. Why? Because money is emotional, not just mathematical. You need wins. You need momentum. You need to feel like you're finally getting somewhere. The snowball works because it builds belief. And when you start to believe, you keep going. Step 3, build a fully funded emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of expenses. Why? Because life keeps swinging. Cars break, kids get sick, roofs leak. If you're always reaching for a credit card, you're not free. You're renting stability. This step builds peace of mind. And if you've never had that, trust me, it's worth every penny. Then comes investing, but not the flashy kind. No meme stocks, no NFT garbage, just boring, consistent 15% into retirement accounts, Roth IRA, 401k, mutual funds. Ramsey's not trying to make you rich tomorrow. He's trying to make sure you don't die broke. You build wealth the same way you build a wall, brick by brick, slow and steady. And somewhere in the middle of all that, he tells you to act your wage. That means you stop pretending. You don't get a new car because your neighbor did. You don't upgrade your phone when your rent's late. You don't take vacations with borrowed money and call it self-care. You live below your means, not at them, below. These ideas aren't complicated. They're just hard because they make you give up stuff. Convenience, ego, the illusion of wealth. But what you get in return is so much better. You get margin, you get control, you get your damn life back. Ramsey built this plan for the average person, the one who's tired of juggling bills, sick of living paycheck to paycheck, and ready to grow up financially. And when you follow it, it works. Not because it's magic, but because it's built on discipline and real-world truth. The baby steps ain't cute. They're powerful. They take broke and turn it into stable, then stable into secure, and maybe, just maybe, secure into wealthy. But only if you stick with it. You can't dabble in this. You can't do half a makeover and expect a full transformation. This isn't a Pinterest project. It's a rebuild from the ground up. Now look, Even a solid plan like this has its moments. Some will make you want to stand up and clap. Others will make you squint sideways and go, "All right, Dave, settle down." This part of the total money makeover is where Ramsey doubles down on discipline and starts sounding like your cranky uncle, which, let's be honest, is probably why I like him. First off, let's talk about his no debt ever rule. Credit cards, gone. Car loans, nope. Mortgages, only on a 15-year fixed, and even then he's side-eyeing you. For some people, that's refreshing. Finally, someone telling the truth. Debt is dumb, and cash is king. For others, it sounds extreme. But I get airline miles, but I always pay it off. Ramsey doesn't care. He says debt is how you stay broke while pretending not to be. And you know what? He's got a point. Then there's the part that gets the biggest eye rolls. No borrowing ever, under any circumstance. No exceptions. No emergencies. He says borrowing money, even for good things, is the same as playing with snakes. You might not get bit today, but keep handling them, and it's only a matter of time. And honestly, that rigid mindset, it saved a lot of people from falling back into the same hole. But let's be real. Some of it does feel like he's yelling at you with a Bible in one hand and a calculator in the other. He blends financial advice with morality, and that's where folks start either cheering or tuning out. To Ramsey, being in debt is not just bad strategy. It's a character issue, a maturity issue. He doesn't separate money from behavior. And if that gets under your skin, it's probably because he's not wrong. Still, some of the cheer moments come from how simple and non-negotiable he makes things. There's no gray area. You don't get to justify dumb decisions just because it was on sale. You either follow the plan or you don't. And if you don't whine about your results. That kind of bluntness, it's rare, and it's refreshing in a world full of financial tap dancing. Another one that splits people is the live like no one else line, meaning sacrifice now so you can live better later. Some call it motivational. Others call it corny. I call it necessary. If you're not willing to live below your means, skip the new car and eat rice and beans for a while, then don't expect wealth to come knocking. Ramsey reminds you that discipline now leads to freedom later, but only if you're consistent. The best cheer moment for me, it's how he keeps hammering home that this is your fault and your fix. No saviors coming, no windfall, no perfect moment, just a regular person, you, deciding you're done being broke and finally ready to grow up. That message, that's worth every eye roll in the book. So yeah, you'll roll your eyes at some of it. That's fine. That means you're awake. Just don't roll 'em so hard you miss the part that's trying to save your future. All right, you've read it? Or maybe you just skimmed it, dog-eared a few pages and told yourself you'd start Monday. But here's the truth. This book doesn't work unless you do. The Total Money Makeover isn't something you just read and nod at. It's a plan, a full frontal attack on your bad habits. And if you're not willing to follow it, then don't waste your time pretending it changed your life. So what should you actually do with this book? First, follow the damn baby steps. In order. Don't skip around. Don't tweak them. Don't add your own twist. You're not smarter than the plan. Ramsey spent decades building this based on millions of broke folks digging themselves out. Step 1, get that $1,000 emergency fund fast. Not when the timing is right, not after vacation. Now, sell stuff, pick up a side gig, cancel the junk you're subscribed to, and forget exists. Then knock out your debt with the snowball. And yes, I know the math nerds hate this part, but the avalanche method saves more money. Cool story. Meanwhile, most people quit before the second payment because they don't feel progress. The snowball works because you feel wins, and that keeps you going. You're not just doing math here. You're rewiring your brain. You're building confidence. That matters more than interest rates when you're drowning. Next up, finish the emergency fund. 3 to 6 months of expenses, no excuses. You don't stop here because you feel safe. You stop when your bank account could slap a tow truck bill or a busted AC unit in the mouth without flinching. That's when you're finally standing on solid ground, and only then do you start talking investing. And don't get cute with it. Ramsey says put 15% into retirement, Roth IRA, 401k, whatever's available, and leave it the hell alone. You don't need crypto, options trading, or some YouTube guru telling you to day trade at lunch. Slow, steady, grown up. That's the way. From there, pay off the house early. Yep, early. You don't need a 30-year mortgage hanging around like an unwanted in-law. Imagine your life with no house payment. That's freedom. That's peace. That's what you're working for. And finally, you build wealth. Not flashy wealth. Not influencer garbage. Real wealth. Legacy wealth. Give, invest, and live like no one else. Because you sacrificed when others were swiping credit cards for crap they didn't need. But here's the real secret sauce. This book only works if you get mad. Mad at debt. Mad at being broke. Mad at settling. If you read this and go, that was nice, then nothing will change. But if you read it and say, I'm done, then congratulations. You're halfway home already. The total money makeover is a shovel. It won't dig you out by itself. But if you're ready to sweat, bleed, and climb your way out of the mess, this plan is solid. Use it. Follow it. Don't argue with it. Just fix your life. Because broke is optional. But only if you're brave enough to do what this book dares you to do.